Hey people, this is Rebel Masters. This week's mixing vocals in your face. Come on, check it out. But firstly, I'm going to tell you what I try to do even before we start mixing so we got great vocals. Secondly, we're going to go into a session and I'm going to show you what I do in every track, but mainly on the main bars, so you can have those vocals in your face and really big. Thirdly, the radio tune-up this week is a Japanese singer, female from the 80s and 70s of the city pop genre. The song is an amazing song. I know you're gonna like it. Next, the radio tune-up this week is a famous, very famous song from a movie on Netflix. Can you guess the song? So people, this is Rebel Masters and I hope that by the end of this video you have learned something useful. So stick around! Hey people, so here I'm going to tell you how I learned to mix vocals so they can sound big and in your face. So my recommendation, firstly, before you start mixing, is go work a lot with singers in the studio when recording. Why? Because the recording for a song or a track of a vocal is not good if the singer is not good, or if the singer is not giving their best to make the performance the best they can. A good recording doesn't come from recording it well. A good recording most of the time comes from a good performance. So if you know how to interact and work with singers, then you'll get a good track for your vocals. Secondly, if you are the one with him guiding him while he's recording, well, you get the best of him. You try to take out the best of him or her, and you record a lot of vocals, a lot of main vocals, backing vocals, different tones, different pitches, because the more possibilities you have, the more chances you have to play within the mix and make art, right? Let's call it like that. But sometimes the performances aren't the best, and sometimes you just receive tracks. You don't even work with the singer, right? So what do you do then? My recommendation is to keep it simple and try to make the best out of it. What do? Normally, I usually within the track, I use a compressor to reduce range dynamic. I use an EQ for cleaning, and then I use another EQ for enhancing and giving character, and lastly I use one last compressor to bring out the performance of the track that they gave me. How do I know that? How do I do that? Experience and study. The more you do and the more you mix vocals, the more mistakes you're gonna find out how to fix within your years. Like, oh, I didn't do this, I'm going to try this one. Didn't do this one in the last mix, I'm going to do it and try a new one. And the more you do that, it's going to come to a point where you say like, okay, now I am confident of what I can do in the mix. Now bring me any vocals. That's how I see it. But stay humble, do your work, and with time, you'll learn how to create a great mix for the vocals within the song. That's my opinion. The other processes, we can see it within the session. So let's go check it out. Okay, people. So I got in this mix 4 vocals and 1 bass drum for the vocals. The thing is, for these vocals, I only got 2 tracks of vocals. So what do you do when you have only 2 tracks of vocals, but you still need to bring them in front, in your face, and you need to make them sound big. Like, because usually when they make a music production with a lot of budget, there's a lot of tracks for just one vocals, right? Here they only gave me 2 tracks, and that's it. This can happen more than often. So what do? My opinion, or what I do, is for each track, like you can hear the first track, it is I just want to get off the skin of my. See, so what do you do with that? In that track, what I do is a compressor for the vocals, then I do EQ for cleaning, you can see here. Then I do another EQ for enhancing. You gotta listen how it makes your vocal sounds better. And at last I gotta EQ. What I use it is more for performance, to bring that performance of the singer like right in your face, like with power. That's what I do this for. So what do I do next? The next vocal is the same vocal, but I give it a little bit of distortion. So I also put a little bit of compression, and here I use this one for distortion. How do I use it? I like this saturation that the Butch Vito Vocals gives me to it. I put it all the way in, all distorted, but you gotta be careful with your airs and your presence, and it gets a little bit high frequency out, so you gotta control that. And this is how it sounds, just the distorted, the same vocal but only distorted. Here we go. I just want to get off the skin of mine. Right, so if you combine the original with the process we did, which is this one, and the distorted one, this is how it sounds. I just want to get off the skin of mine. Without the distortion. I just want to get off the skin of mine. With the distortion. I just want to get off the skin of mine. See, it gets like more live to the singing. The other vocal, I told you, they gave me 2 tracks of vocals. The other vocal is the same singing, but with a low pitch. Let's listen to it. It goes like this. I just want to get off the skin of mine. I just want to get off. So for this one, says this is my, let's call it backing vocals. So I did not what I did with the first one, but I did compressor for the vocals. Then I did a cleaning EQ and a little bit of boosting in the 2.5K. And what I did here is I give it a doubler. The doubler, what it does is opens your vocals. It gives a little bit of delay phase kind of thingy, and it gives you a little bit of air with this internal EQ that they have, right? So that's the one I have. So I double it and I give distortion to it. Let's listen to the distorted one. It's the same vocal, the low pitch. Here goes. I just want to get off the skin of mine. I just want. See, and if you put them together, it sounds like this. I just want to get off the skin of mine. Without the distortion. I just want to get off the skin of mine. With the distortion. I just want to get off the skin of mine. Remember, for the distorted one, compressor, the Butch big vocals with the saturation full on, and being careful with your high frequencies. And I also put a doubler to this one, right? So if you listen to all the vocals of the verse, it goes like this. I just want to get off the skin of mine. I just want to get off the skin. If you listen with the whole music, it goes like this. I just want to get off the skin of mine. I just want to get off the skin of mine. So how do you get these vocals with only 2 tracks, which so far it sounds good, but how do you get them to be in your face and sound powerful? So what I do in the bus, there's a couple of processes that I do in the bus to make the vocals in your face and big. the first thing is I put a bus compressor, solid bus compressor, which what it does, it takes all the vocals from the tracks and reduce the dynamic range. It makes it more tight. That's what I do with this one. Remember, only a little bit. See, you can see that it's compressing, but it's just enough to make them tight, right? Then before I put this other compressor, what I do is I work with the effects. So all of these are parallel effects, right? Remember, all of this is better understood with headphones. So remember, use your headphones to make it clear. Remember, all of these effects do a little bit of change, but all of them together makes a lot of change. I hope I'm making myself understand. So I got two reverbs. Let's turn them off all. I got two reverbs. The first reverb, it's a little bit muddy reverb, right? And remember, for effects, or in my opinion, for effects, once you start sending and you listen to your audio and you listen to your instrument and you send the reverb, once you listen to the reverb like a little bit too much, then you just pull it down, and that's the position. That's what I do with the effects. You start pulling your fader up, and then you notice the effect, and then just pull it down just a notch. And that's, for me, the sweet spot of an effect. If you want it just to make it more comfortable or make it sound better. So without being exaggerated with the effect. Because if the intention is to be exaggerated with it, go ahead. But if what you want is the effect to enhance what it's already been done, then that's the way to go. So as you can see, this is the vocals with no effects at all. I just want to get off the skin of mine. I just want. Sounds very dry, right? So let's put the first reverb, which what it does, it's be a little bit muddy on that space. Here it goes. I just want to get off the skin of mine. I just want to get. Without. I just want to get off the skin. With. I just want to get off the skin of mine. I just want. See, you feel that it just goes like from dry to wet, but it's not like a big river. It just goes like, it makes it like beefy, right? And it's a little bit muddy, and I kind of like that powerful. That's what I use here. For that first reverb, I use what's that? EMP 140. I used the default one. It has 3 seconds of delay or wet. So yeah, that's what I did. Just listen and use it. If it's muddy, a lot of reverbs have a lot of muddiness, so there's no, you can find it anywhere. The second reverb, it's more spacious. That's what I call more spacious. Listen it without the reverb. I just want to get off. And with reverb number 2. Here it goes. I just want to get off the skin of mine. I just want. Without the reverb number 2. I just want to get off. With the reverb number 2. I just want to get off the skin of mine. See? Now, spacious, reverb number 2, and muddiness, reverb number 1. This is how it sounds with both reverbs. I just want to get off the skin of mine. Without the reverbs. I just want to get off the skin. With the reverbs. I just want to get off the skin of mine. I just want to. See, it starts building that bigness of the vocals that we want. The other thing that I do is I put a delay, but this delay, it's H delay, and I use a ping pong. What it does is, if you use the ping pong, turns the audio from one side to the other one. But since I use a low feedback and a low delay, instead of going pound, it goes ta 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 ta, and sometimes it goes so fast enough the vocals just feels like they start opening, right? So what I do is, without the delay, let's listen without the delay. I just want to get off the scene of my... With the delay. I just want to get off the scene of my... Without the delay. I just want to get off the scene... With the delay. I just want to get off the scene of my... See, now you feel like it goes without the delay, with the delay. Without the delay, with the delay. That's how you feel it. That's how I perceive it, right? The last thing I do is a parallel compressor. I use the parallel compressor a little bit different from everyone. I send all the signal to the compressor, and then in the compressor I let it all in, all the signal in. Fast stacks, fast release, punch it all here, and then I start letting it out, the compression to the mix from the plugin, so I don't have to touch the track itself. So let's listen. With the without the compression. I just want to get off the scene of mine. With the compression. I just want to get off the scene of mine. Without the compression. I just want to get off the scene of mine. With the compression. I just want to get off the scene of mine. I just want to get off. Okay, that's what I do usually. That's sort of like my go-to. You can actually do more things, but basically this is what you could do. Let's listen with the effects and without the effects. I'm not gonna make the pause. You're just gonna look, and then it's blue, 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 gray, 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 blue, 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 gray, 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 and you're gonna listen with your audios how the sound changes. Here we go. We're gonna start without the effects, and then we're gonna start activating it. Here we go. I just want to get off the scene of mine. I just want to get off the scene of mine. I just want to get off the scene of mine. I just want to get off the scene of mine. Scene of mine, scene of mine, scene of mine, scene of... You can feel how it goes small, big, in the back, in your face, right? The last thing I do on the bus is, since we open the vocals, it stays a little bit in the back. So what this compressor does here, it just takes that openness that went a little bit to the back, it just pushes it to the front. So without the compressor, let's listen without the compressor. I just want to get off the scene of my... With the compressor. I just want to get off the scene of mine. Without. I just want to get off the scene. With the compressor. I just want to get off the scene of mine. So yeah, guys, this is the process that I do usually to make your vocals in your face. So let's listen with all the music. So let's listen with all the music. Here we go. I just want to get off the scene of mine. I just want to get off the scene of mine. I just want to get off the scene of mine. I just want to get off the scene of mine. Scene of mine. The scene of mine. Scene of mine. The scene of mine. 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 Hey people, so the radio tune of this week is from a Japanese songwriter singer, Taeko Onuki. She was born in November 28, 1953, and her popularity, or she became popular in the 1970s and 1980s with the city pop genre. The song that we're gonna talk about, it's called 4 a.m. It came out in the album Make Known. It was her third album from the studio, and it was published the 21st of September of 1978 by the record label RBC. It was produced by Eiji Ogura, and what she said is that she wasn't very comfortable because in her this was a new record label, and in her old record label she can actually do most of the things or whatever she wanted to, but in this new CD a lot of things changed and she felt very uncomfortable. But in my opinion, it turned out very good, and the music and the quality is amazing. It's so amazing that within the research you can see that there were around 50 musicians that worked in this record, about 13 technician people and like 6 people in the design team. It's a lot of people for one album. So if you listen to the song, the recommendation of this week of the radio tune is 4 a.m. It's a beautiful song, and but the music and the artistry and the players and her vocals, and it's not a popular song, or it's not a song that everybody is gonna go like, oh, this is the song, or this is the chorus. It goes like, is this in a catchy song? But it is a catchy song. I don't know how to describe it. My recommendation of this week, 4 a.m. by Taeko Onuki. You should check it out. It's an amazing song. I know you're gonna like it if you like the city pop genre. Go check it out. Hey people, so this is 1 second of a beat where I'll show you 1 second of a song and you tell me which song it is. This week, something that everybody's talking about lately. Can you guess the song? Is a very, very popular song from a soundtrack from a movie on Netflix. Here we go. 3, 2. What is it? Put it in the comments. See you on the next one. Hello people, so this is the Room Master where we talk about 20 years in making music. If you make beats, if you're a DJ, if you're a producer, if you're in the music industry, well, this is the place. You want your music to be heard, you can do it here. You want to show how you mix your songs and you produce your music, well, this is the place. Smash that subscribe button and see you in the next one.